you just sort of strangle yourself. You strangle your creative airflow, so to speak, and you have to have downtime. And that's the one thing that all of my coaches, all of my mentors, every one of them have said consistently: you have to slow down without fail. Your brain is on too long, and you have to stop. So I have to force myself, but if I don't, it just doesn't pan out. Nothing works.
Yeah, that's been a huge struggle. I've got that in concept. I enjoy reading about brain science and the physical aspects of how our bodies function. And it's not for lack of knowledge that I realize that stopping and going to get on the treadmill or going outside for a brisk walk in the woods or stopping and going to the Y are all really great things. I know that. I've experienced it. But in the moment, I'll sit there and think, yeah, but if I can get one more thing done.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, I feel like crap, and I don't even know that I got what I got done was very good. And so it's just a struggle on a daily basis to say, stop, go get this stuff out of your system, then come back and you'll be better. But it's like the next day, my brain is just going, nah.
Right. I have other things to do. I need to do this first.
And I feel like at the end of the day, I'm an idiot for going, don't you know better?
No, not an idiot. Driven. There's a difference. See, you're badass. You're driven. You get it. You have things to do. You have to accomplish them. But we equate downtime with laziness or poor time management or
distracted.
Distracted. But, in reality, those are things that are highly necessary for maintaining that determination and that drive.
What just occurred to me is also the exhaustion that comes with decision fatigue that we talked about earlier. If I'm tired and there are too many options,
yes, I
get tired and I just try to keep plugging through on something as opposed to deciding this is what the priority is, get it done, then take a break.
You have to listen to not your brain, because your brain is the one that's saying, go, 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 do it.
Right.
You have to listen deeper than that. You have to, I don't know if it's even on a soul level, because, our souls want to achieve the things that we put in front of ourselves, or we want to make our dreams happen. And we feel like taking those moments to stop is going to make it not happen.
Right.
But I guess it's just the antithesis of who we are. We have to stop and listen to that evil voice that says, slow down.
What are your thoughts on celebrating when you do have wins? Wait for huge victories in the process of what you're doing, or celebrating the small wins that get chipped away on a daily basis?
I think naturally I tend to wait for big wins to celebrate. And you have to, but I think you have to force those small celebrations. We tend to overlook the small things, the getting out of bed when you don't want to, or the getting the dishes done when you didn't feel like it. You feel like, oh, that's something I was supposed to do or I have to do. Why is it a win? It's a win because you could have chosen to leave them there. But we tend to negate the minutia, I think, which is a bad thing.
As you were talking earlier, I realized that's also a struggle for me to say, I can go celebrate, or I can go take a walk, I can go do something, because a couple of relatively small things got done. After I've achieved them, I think, no, I got to wait till it's something bigger before I can really allow myself to be satisfied. And again, that leads to, at least for me, some discontent, as opposed to just going, hey, that was pretty good.
Pretty good. Exactly. Pretty good. Do it. I had like 2 days ago, whenever it was, the whole, if you want to get into the woo-woo stuff, the new moon in Scorpio thing, I was feeling like mightier than the freaking world. And I woke up, I was like, I'm going to make some sales today. I got some stuff to do. And I did. I went out there and I made the sales I wanted to make. The next day I was like wiped.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God, my brain was like, you got to keep going. You can't stop. You got to keep this momentum up. But I said, you know what? I can't. So I forced myself to shut off yesterday and just I lollygagged. I went to the coffee shop. I worked lazily from there and did what I needed to do without the mental rush of, okay, this needs to be done also, this needs to be done also, I trimmed it back to only the things that had to be done yesterday. And I don't know, I guess maybe that's the reason I was able to go to bed at 1:30 and get up at 4:30 this morning and still be semi-functional, because I didn't beat myself up yesterday and push harder.
Wow.
So you have to listen to that brain, Charles.
Good on you. I need to listen to Tania.
No, you need to listen to yourself, because you're already telling yourself that stuff.
Well, for the people who seem determined to live their lives with the regrets of shoulda, woulda, coulda, what counsel do you have for them getting off their butts and creating work and a life that they can look forward to rather than backwards? I mean, I think with you, motorcycles don't have a reverse. Why should people?
That is so freaking awesome.
How do you encourage people to look forward rather than backwards at the things that they're struggling with, having failed or just not succeeded at, and instead look forward to what their potential can bring?
I'm a horrible cheerleader. I mean, it's like, you know what? You want to do this? Let's go and do this. Well, I mean, and I'll just like, I try to encourage them. And I had a woman in my badass group. She's like, I don't know what to do, and I don't know where to go, and I don't know, how I'm going to fix this. And I'm like, you can fix it. It's just a matter of talking to yourself. And I try to talk to them the way that I would want to be talked to, or the way that I do want to be talked to. And to just encourage them to power forward. You can't dwell on what didn't work yesterday. You have to consider what is going to work tomorrow, or what you feel like is going to work tomorrow, and push. Because if you sit on your ass, that's exactly what you're going to get. Nothing. And you're going to have wasted all that time and effort not to know whether or not you could have been bigger or better than what you are or what you want to be. I'm not people that say, that things are what they are it's not a subscription in my brain. It's like, things are what you want them to be, what you make them to be. And I'm horrible at getting lost in the negative and the dark side of everything. So I have to constantly, say 1, 2, 3, get yourself up, get moving, let's go. And so that's the only thing that I think, people just want to be encouraged. And I think if you're just encouraging to them and you're just, you're their cheerleader, when you see that they don't have one, that's what motivates people, I think.
How much of being a mom has helped you with that kind of thinking when you're dealing with a prospective client or a new client and they need some of those same things? Does any of that cross over in your mind?
None of it. I am a horrible mother. I'm a horrible mother. That badass exterior is what I give my kids. I believe in tough love. It's not because I want to. That's the way I'm wired, and I'm trying. I have to force myself to be less of me and to be softer and more compassionate with them. I guess because I expect them to do. I expect them to behave. I expect them to believe and love themselves, but I forget that I have to nurture them, not nourish. I do nourish them, but I have to nurture that whole thing. So it's easier for me to do that with clients or with colleagues, and it's harder for me to do it as a mother. How screwed up is that? Thank you, Charles. Now I have to go to therapy after we leave. I'm
sure that's an encouragement to a lot of moms out there who struggle with the same things. So getting it out there can be an encouragement to folks that you don't realize.
Oh my God.
Let's talk a little bit about market worth and self-worth in here, because as you were just talking about that, I realize a lot of creative people, even some extremely talented powerhouse leaders, undervalue their market worth. What have you discovered around the subject of charging clients a fair price for your work?
Well, here's what's fair. Okay, when you charge, how much are you going to bring them? That's how I don't know how that works for everybody. It would be industry specific. But I mean, if I'm going to write words on a page that are going to make you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 or more, I have no problem charging you $1,400 or $1,300 for the sales page that's going to help make that happen. That said, what I do isn't dependent, or the outcome of what I do isn't dependent only on me. It's also dependent on the client and their outreach techniques and their fan base, their audience and their process as well. So, I there are people that charge $5,000 for a sales page. But I'm guessing that these are people that are already well established, and they're working with like the Marie Forleos and the people that have and Derek Halperns, who have this like humongous base. So they're going to make enormous amounts of money out of it. But as far as your market worth is, what are you going to bring to them? That's how you base, what it is that you should be charging. I mean, what are they going to get out of it? They're going to get that huge ROI on it, then charge what you're worth.
So what is the impact that you want the work that you're moving towards to have? Because what you're talking about is writing copy or delivering creative work that's going to have an impact on someone else's business and their ability to be leaders in their space, if you will. So where is Tania's impact heading?
I mean, that's always been the goal. It's to make them look and feel as powerful as they really are. So the impact is to change people's lives. I mean, if they've taken the strategy that I've given them, or they've taken the copy that I've given them, and they've used it to its fullest potential, and they've made X amount of money, what's going to change? Their mindset is going to change. Their lives are going to change. They're going to change the lives of their children. Because they are more relaxed, because they're happier, they're more confident. And the impact that I want to have is just to be able to give the people that I work with the confidence to show up every day.
That's good. What is the best advice that you've been given through the years that you did not take?
I have never been given any advice that I have taken. So I don't really know what that best advice would be. My parents taught me, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. And of course, when I turned out to do what I wanted to do and be who I wanted to be, that was not what they had in mind. I guess that would be the one I did take.
Good. As I've listened to parents through the years, ultimately, parents want their children to be happy. Mm-hmm. So it seems to me that you have taken a course where financially you are making it, but you're also bringing impact and solutions that help other people in the world. So that seems to be, from my observation or conversations with you, that is a success. Do you feel it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm very happy with the results that I'm bringing to other people, and with the course that I have ended up on, maybe unconsciously or subconsciously, I don't know. So yeah, I would definitely count this as a success.
So what do you want to be remembered for?
Holy crap. See, this will bring this whole dark conversation. I don't think nobody's going to remember any of us anyway. So why the frickin' frog did we worry about it? What I mean, obviously, we're not talking about the Elon Musks and whoever who are like creating massive global impact or whatever. But us little people, nobody's going to remember us.
You're not a little people.
I'm a little people. We're all little people.
No, even in the social media world and the connections that you've made there and the impact that you've had, I don't see you being forgotten. Maybe not on a global scale, but in the lives of the people I see you connecting with, you'd be missed.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Well, thank you. That's nice to know. The only thing I try to do is have fun and, entertain people and educate people and help them be better at whatever it is they want to be better at with words.
And that's not a small thing at the end of the day.
Never thought of it that way.
Who is someone that you know who's outside the spotlight, but they're doing something important that's having an impact in the world?
Danny Magistro. She is Musgrove. I'm sorry, Danny Magistro Musgrove. She's recently transformed her business model. She was an OBM, an online business manager. She takes businesses like mine and helps to explode them. I mean, since Danny has gotten on board with what I do, my numbers have increased. My impact has increased. My ability to frickin' focus and create stuff has exponentially increased. She's one of those unsung heroes.
Is there one thought that you'd like to leave with our community that you believe would make a difference in their lives?
Along the lines of what we've been discussing today, I guess, you just have to swallow your freaking fear. And I'm so tired of hearing that. And I'm so tired of people saying it, but it's really nobody really knows how to do that. Nobody knows how to get past themselves really well. It's not easy to swallow the judgments of the people that you live with, or to swallow the fear of failure, or to swallow your whole, I don't know enough mentality thing to continuously show up. We have to get where we're going. We have to get out of our ways to get there.
Right. And every day putting content